guys, welcome. It's a surprise Christmas live. Whoop, whoop. Shout out to Bowl Dreamer 321 and also shout out to Sherry Carr, my subscribers. Thank you so much. Sherry is a new one and Bowl Dreamer is the longest one. Okay, so here is a cradle board and it looks like, you know, a cradle. And you can use either side. So when I do resin and things like that and I want to add a bunch to it, I put it in here and use this side. I love that. But I'm not doing that today, so I'm going to just start with some gesso. Welcome. I'm just going to throw some gesso on here. So all of this music is my brother, Ed Williams. He lives near Nashville. He's been a musician all of his life that I can remember. And he's my younger brother, so all of his life. I have no place to point you guys or direct you to it if you like it. So, because he hasn't set up his web page or anything like that. He's a busy guy. This is gesso on a canvas, a cradle board, sorry. It's all wood. The top is a pressed wood, so when you see that type of material, just be careful if you're new to it, that you don't saturate it a lot, like with lots of water, alcohol, all that kind of stuff. I've done that before and it bowed big time. However, if you do, don't panic. It's okay. You can set, once it's dry, a huge book or something very heavy on top of it, and it actually went down again when it dried. So, but I was pretty well freaked out. Really thick. I'm going to use some unicorn spit today, and I ain't kidding. This is the Artistic Foundations. It's the metallics of the unicorn spits. And it's a stain. It's a gel stain. There's no acrylic or polymer in it. So I'm going to go ahead and I think I'll start with something very dark, just for fun. This could be a mistake. I have something very dark that I like. This is all unicorn spit. I left it actually satin matte finish, and I'm using the same process today as I did here. So we'll see what happens. Ooh, this Blakaboo. Let's do some of that. I can't even tell you what kind of color this is. It says blue with copper luster, but it's a really neat color, especially when it starts mingling with everybody else. So I'll just put a few drops here and there. Color. When you're using it as wood stain, it's really cool because it stains the grain and it looks like fairy wood just instantly. I absolutely love it. Look at the different beautiful shades in there. Working on a little vignette thing apparently. That's cool. Anybody that's out there doing it? Let's go with the Zia Teal. I'm just playing, waiting for my pixie to get here at midnight. So, aw, thank you, Chunky. Aw, thanks so much. Just waiting for my pixie so we can do open presents, and she won't be here till after midnight. So we're gonna go to bed and then get up again because we are that old. Could you not? I went to bed, what was it? What, like 8 last night? It's a pretty combination. My brother, he plays everything. Drums, bass, lead, guitar, sings, writes songs. He's the baby of the family, but we're all senior citizens. Seriously. Oh. Life went fast, does it not? I'm going to add a little bit more gesso right on top of all this unicorn spit. And remember, we started with gesso. And then I'm going to put some zeoteal in there. It's a lot. I have a feeling this one's going to be pretty thick. Pretty thick. What else do I want to see? See some white other than the gesso. Could grab a balloon and see what would happen through there. So Capricorn in there. Capricorn's nice and dark. Whoop. Happy accident. I'm just going to go sideways for a little while and see what happens. I've got gesso, white unicorn spit, Capricorn, artistic vivations, line. I do love that zeoteal in there. Oh my goodness. But look how pretty those colors are already. Let me just put some colors. You know what I think? I'm going to add a little bit of acrylic gel. It's golden, heavy gel gloss, which you can add your powder pigments, your unicorn spit, acrylics, anything like that. You can add into a clear, it's white, it looks white, but it's clear when it dries, gel, and it'll stand up off the canvas and create cool textures by just, you know, playing with it with your knives and stuff like that. So if you, you can get it, it doesn't have to be golden, because golden to me is pricey, but it must have been a good month or something. I got it. Anyway, but I've seen and used other gels and they work just as well. Sorry, but it does. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put some on this palette, paper plate basically, like that. That's a lot, lot. So I'm going to go ahead and separate it so it doesn't all have to be one color. I love doing this when it comes to ocean foam, just putting the white in the clear, and it just is perfect. And if you wanted to put any of your crystal sparklies in there, it would just be gorgeous. All right, so let's see. Let's make this right in the center so I don't forget. Let's make that the white. So now this white is going to stand up off of the canvas. And I can use it for sea foam or crashing waves or whatever. A lighthouse if I wanted it more dimensional, which is very cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through what I have. And if it makes ridges, great. No problem. And then I'm going to take that and put it right in here with this gel. And it makes another color of splash or foam or something like that. I want some brown or, ooh, that Orion would be pretty. How about, well, my brother's just flying on this music. All right, how about some black? He just loves, I mean, music just comes from him. I love it. A little bit of Orion. So pretty. All right. Mixing that into the gel as well. I used a lot of that orient and black. It's okay. You know, these gels, when you start to do your spatula work and you start coming down with a spatula with these different colors, it is so fun. You could just do a whole wall of spatula work in different colors in your house. Wouldn't that be a blast? Yes, yes it would. There. So let me just put some over here. People have become my family a lot here. It's not like I don't have family. I do. But you can never have too many friends or too much family. That's what my dad used to say. Let me show you where my brain just went. It went into making this like a cave thing, and then the water goes in. I don't even know what's in here, but maybe we're looking out from a cave. Maybe there's no cave at all. I don't know. I don't know. This is the part where it's exciting and also scary. Where do I go? I can't ask you guys. All right, I'm gonna go with the dark, little bit of dark, little bit of Zia teal, a little bit of that light blue. I just want it all on there. Coming across and then zigzagging it on down into the water, below the water line. Ooh, hold it. Ooh, okay, it doesn't look like a rock, but just look how pretty. Isn't that neat? Maybe this will just be totally abstract because that was just too fun to stop. Let me see what happens if I just do this. Yeah, this is definitely not going to just be an ocean scene. We are taking off in a different direction, folks. Going out into a land we've never seen before. Love it. Now, if you're doing your palette, I know, you guys know, but if you don't know, okay, if you're using a palette knife, you don't worry about it's the wrong one or not. The easiest way you know is if you want to slide it down, you know, move it down, then a stepped up little handle is best. Keeps your fingers off of that, you know. It's also the good ones for mixing things. And these are really nice if you don't know. They've got the long edge and the short edge, and they're great for like seagull wings or doing the horizon line, just going across in one fine water line. Anyway, you just take it like that little bit on the edge and say I want the water line to be right there. I just draw that line across. Can't hardly see it. Can you see it? Let me do it with a more liquidy unicorn spit. That's awesome. I'm just touching it now just because it's fun. It's almost like I can see through that layer. Don't like that overhang. Kind of do. Anyway, something like that. Sorry, I just got lost. Hi guys. Oh, aren't they pretty? I just want to see more rocks, so let's do some more rocks. So watery. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't like the center. It's like it's waiting for something and I'm not sure what. Thank you. Merry Christmas, Marianne. Merry Christmas. I saw your live the other day. Your work is amazing, by the way. Okay. Let me try one of those seagulls, the easy seagulls. Let's see. Here you go, guys. Living in Limbo, one of my favorite songs from my brother. I hope you enjoy it. Hope you can hear it. It's as loud as I can get it right there. For now. Get this off. Let's try the short end first. Let's see. Just pretty much an M. And once you get your little M, then just add your body, a little body. Just something that's a little bit bigger in the middle of the M. And like that one wing is pretty heavy on that side, but you can go ahead and do it with a brush, toothpick, or whatever, change things around. Add a little bit bigger body that kind of balance that extra heavy wing a little. And there is a rule, if you want to know it, that painting things like you want trees or birds or something like that, it's best, they say, to make an uneven numbers, like 1, 3, 5, such. So I have 1, and I'm not really thrilled with it because it's very light. I do like where it's living, but I think a couple more set back would be kind of nice. So my first thought is to put, you know, an extra one over on this side and then 1 over here, because this is the heaviest rock. So I don't want 2 over here with a heavy rock. That's how my brain thinks. I may be wrong, but for me, it will please me to have it not like heavy on one side, real heavy. So that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know what your processes are like, guys, but I imagine you go through some sort of storyline and discussion with yourself in your creative process as well. Love that song. That's Ed Williams, my brother, in case you can hear it. Limbo. All right, I'm gonna make another guy that's gonna be pretty close to the same size. Dark blue into that zeoteal, just to give him a little bit more shade. Love this music. Thanks, Ed. It's gonna be a happy little seagull. This one's gonna be really tiny. So I've got a broken tip. I love it. Never throw your stuff away, guys. Just a miniature little, perfect little thing. This one's gonna be in a much more severe flight, I think. I could do more like this if they're this tiny. This one wing is really super fat, and I made the body bigger, and it helped, but it didn't make it better in my brain. So I've got a little bit of white, and I'm just gonna come up underneath that wing with the white. And made it really nice and big. So now I'm just gonna keep blending all the way underneath that wing just because I don't know what else to do. And it seems to be working fine. Happy accidents. Welcome, Lou. Hey, how are you? Welcome, everybody. Merry Christmas. It's getting there. Unicorn spit and gesso is what this is. Very interesting. Just treat yourself good, spoil yourself. Thank God for everything that you've got, and everyone that's helped you get where you are. That's what I do. I thank them too. So, love and light.